Hello and welcome back to Mars Horizon, where we're leading Japan in the space race. In the last episode we completed the milestone X-ray telescope. If you haven't seen that episode or previous, please find a link in the description below to take you to the playlist for this Let's Play. In this episode we'll be focusing on the next milestone, which is the Grand Tour Part 2. So we'll be completing the Grand Tour, which has been a very long mission. So in active missions we've got Grand Tour. The last phase of the mission is to do the Pluto flyby, and that was due in 8 months' time. As I say, it's been a very long mission and milestone, but very worth it. We've completed obviously the phases. You got a launch. You've got the Jupiter flyby, which was a year and 8 months after launch. Saturn flyby, which was 3 years and 8 months after launch. Uranus flyby, which is 7 years and 8 months from launch. The Neptune flyby, which was 10 years and 8 months from launch. And the final phase, which is the Pluto flyby, which is 12 years and 8 months from launch. So, not taking into account the planning phase, which was designing, picking the payload, building the payload, designing the rocket, and then launching the rocket, or building and then launching the rocket. All that will have to be included as well. But yeah, it's taken 12 years and 8 months for us to reach, or will be. We've got 8 months to go, so we're 12 years into this mission now. We've got 8 months to go, and we'll be able to complete that flyby. Once it's done that flyby, the probe will continue past the inner planets and keep going into outer space, as it just says right there. So we'll continue on to interplanetary space and leaving the solar system entirely. So it'll be interesting to see what pop-ups and little things happen during that as well. So let's say that's 8 months' time. That's where we're focusing on this episode. The next mission we've got to prepare for is the EVA repair exercise, which is a quest mission. So we'll pick some astronauts. We've got a good launch. We could get a test pilot. So we'll assign Matsuda Richai, and we will get we'll use the navigator of Ottawa. So we'll assign you two to the mission. We will do, so if we assign, so assign Maria will get a vehicle bonus. But I believe Maria is actually away for 5 months because I believe she is in the private space station, enjoying having a good time up there. So we can't do much with that bonus, but we will just get on with getting a payload. We will select this from March, just to give us a bit more payload reliability. We'll confirm that for 3 months' time. Okay, so yeah, 8 months' time for the Grand Tour. EVA repair exercise in June 3. We've got the Global Surveyor, which is the rocket will complete in 4 months' time, and then we'll do launch preparation. And the next episode will be the Mars Prep Crewed Rover. So we're planning getting the payload ready now in 4 months' time, and then we'll start designing the vehicle. So we've still got a bit of time for this one here. So yeah, we're kind of jumping the gun a little bit on this one, but we still should have plenty of time to have a good episode next time, because even after this one is launched, it's got 9 months to go before, and 2 phases before we even get to Mars. So that's the plan. We have got a free mission slot. I believe we've got, oh yeah, so the EVA repair test is actually a joint mission with the Russians. Hopefully that will keep us in good relationship with them, because I believe it gives us good signs if we get to friendly, which hopefully that will. So we'll see how that goes. We have got another private space station, which we seem to be throwing these up left, right and centre. But it's very good science, so it looks like we've got a request mission out on Venus. So another, got a photography for 3.8k. So the private space station is better. I think the moon's been quiet for a while. I think we've got bored of the moon. Yeah, we're already doing the global surveyor. Okay. So I think yeah, obviously like last time we got the first Mars requirement, send lander. So we've got that mission unlocked. As I say, we're doing the crewed rover. I'm tempted to maybe skip these two. We'll see how it goes, and just go straight onto the Mars sender. Because the Mars readiness, we are at 63%. We are quite a bit ahead of the competitors, but that's purely because I think massively because of this, that 25% preparations, which was the robotic rover that we completed. I think that's the main, well, not only reason, but the main reason. We've got 100% experience now, so we're very experienced in the space. Yeah, we're very experienced in doing what we're doing. Then, expertise-wise, we are Not doing too bad either. We've got 64%. So we need to increase that by just completing mission research. So we'll see how that keeps increasing up, and then the Mars preparation is by doing the Mars prep missions. We still need to complete these. So we need to required research is the crewed lander and then the Orion, the crewed Mars landing and then the Orion, and then we've just got to do these two requirement missions. So that's what we're working towards now. Research wise, we need to do another research. So I'm going to completely bypass the Mars hab because we don't need it to continue. So we're going to leave that for the minute. We've done this one, so the best thing to do is go on to the engine and the Mars requirement for the engine and habitat. So an essential requirement in getting humans to Mars is to launch engine and habitat modules to Earth orbit. Later during the crewed Mars mission, these will dock with the command module, helping to sustain the crew and power the craft on its long journey to the Red Planet. So that's what we're working towards. Then we'll go on to the payload. Again, science-wise, we have got quite a good chunk of science coming in, and it will be increased dramatically over the next upcoming months. So the Grand Tour will start giving us a massive chunk of payout for quite a while. So that's going to bump us up quite well from 796 as a basic to 137 every single month. So that is pretty good. So just out of curiosity, take a bit of time here to catch everyone up. Just want to see what the phases are. So this is the final mission for the crewed Mars. Well, not final mission. Oh, final mission is the crewed Mars landing. It's 3 phases. We have to launch 4 months and 9 months. Yeah, okay. So I thought it'd be maybe a little bit different, but we'll have to see how that turns out when we get there. But without further delay, we've picked a research. We do need to pick another mission, so we're going to go for the private station just because it's got a lot better science. So we'll get that done. Again, power would be useful. I don't think we need it, so let's just go for a standard payload, get that built, and go to the solar system. Right, so that's everything underway. Let's move on. Okay, so we've got a budget review. We're just shy then of tier 19, but we still get 816k per month, which is outstanding. Okay, like I say, that first month we already took out just under half of the requirement for that Mars requirement engine and habitat. So the science is rolling in really nicely. I do feel that we've got nothing much more to do now, so we'll just keep moving forward. Okay, so our 2 astronauts have now returned to active duty. Okay, so that's good news. On the base, haven't been down here for a while, so is there anything that we could do with building? Or can build? Yeah, we've got a PR office, so we could build this. We may as well, we did research it. So if we go down there, that's a small mission reward. Over here, it's not much. We could get, extra reward. Okay, we'll put it there. There's no reason not to. We've got the funds, so I feel that's why I didn't build it in the first place, was purely because we didn't have the spare cash lying around. But that is, we're getting 508k after expenses, so we can afford that for 1 month of income. And I feel like we've got everything there now. So we'll get that built, just to get a little bit extra bonus here and there. And we're ready to go for the EVA repair exercise. Okay, 96% launch and 84% payload reliability, so we're not looking too bad. This is a diplomatic mission, so we do need to be very careful of completing it. And it's raining, which is not a good start. So we lost 5%, we're at 91%. Okay, I'm going to go because it's 91%, that's still very good. Yep, 51% perfect, that's good enough. Okay. Like I say, we could also resolve this one, but I feel like I'm going to do it manually. I haven't done one of these in a while, so let's do a repair exercise in the EVAs. Okay, so let's achieve Earth orbit before we do anything else. Right, so we need to get 6 comms, 6 data, and 6 navigation. We gained an extra 1 navigation due to our astronaut. Okay, we've got a bonus for 12 comms, 12 data, and 12 navigation. We've got 6 power and 2 crew members to see what secondary resources. We do need to deal with drift, but as long as we complete, so we need to be between 1 and -1 and 1. Drift must meet the above conditions to complete the task. So we need to make sure we keep that in line every turn. We've got 3 commands and 4 turns. So what I'm going to do, I'll see what I can do, guys, and I will be back in a second. Okay, so we're now back at the last turn. Fortunately, a few blips, a few errors here and there. So, but like I said, we've got 9, 10, and 9 for navigation, comms, data. Just looking, I don't think we could do because we've only got 1 power left over. I mean, we could get some crew. Okay, so that would work, and then we would just need some comms and navigation. Can't get comms navigation down here, so need to get probably a crew there. But then short of 2 comms and a navigation, which is that. We're now short of. Yep. I can't see any way of completing this and getting the bonus, so I'm just going to complete the task. Just double checking, we've got 9. Yeah, we've got 6 for the objective. We've got the drift in place, so we should be able to continue and complete. Okay, so that's task for phase 1 completed. We move on to phase 2. Conduct the mission's EVAs. Okay, so we need 5 comms, 5 data. The bonus is 10 comms and 19 data. Got navigation, power, and 2 crew members as secondary. Again, we've got to deal with the drift, which is between -1 and 1, and we must keep it under the above conditions to complete the task. 3 commands and 4 turns. So I'll see what I can do, and I'm back in a second. Okay, we're back on the last turn. Hasn't gone too bad. The drift's under control, so we haven't got to deal with that. I'm just going to do data transmission 3 times. We've got some power left over if we need if anything goes wrong. That will give us the 12 comms and 20 data, which is 10 and 19 for the secondary. So let's confirm. Okay, so 20% is good. 27 and a final 32. Brilliant. Okay then, so just got to do the performed re-entry, and that's it to be done. Okay, so for this one we need 8 comms, 6 navigation, 17 comms and 12 navigation for the bonus. We've got data, power and crew as secondary. And we've got to heat with modifier between 2 and 4 at the start of the next turn. The task will end at the end of the turn if the above conditions are not met. So we've just got to keep it below 3 and go from there. So that should be okay. So I've got 3 commands again and 4 turns to do it in. So I'll see what I can do and back in a sec. Okay, back on the last turn. It's gone pretty well. Heat is under control. It's below the 3, so we can leave that alone. And we just need to get one more data, one more comms. So what we're going to do is just use the ground control connection. We could use the crew, but it makes no big difference. So I'm just going to recharge twice. So that gives 18 comms for the 17 and 15 for the 12 navigation. And I think everything's under control. So accept that. Okay, 43% is good, and success. Here comes the shuttle for an amazing landing. Okay, so we've got the bonus, and we've got the increased reputation with Russians. Yeah, expertise is 100%. Total experience now for Mars is 63. Let's continue. Okay, so these 2 astronauts now recuperate for 6 months. Looks like we've got a request mission on Mars. Polar analysis. I think we've already done one of these in the past, but still. Oh yeah, just got to notice this again. So we need to finish 3rd or above in 3 milestone missions, and we get 25% mission research reduction. should go well for us when we're now researching towards the quite expensive one, should we say. So we'll see how that goes. Right, we've now got another free mission slot. We've got 5 months for the Grand Tour. What are these going? 1 month for the rocket for the, payloads done in 1 month, and 3 months for that payload. Okay, quest missions. I've already planning that one, so I don't know why it's still like that. Okay, got anything out this way? Yes, so we'll do this Venus photography. Yeah, so it's just prototype comms. So yeah, we'll stick with the standard payload just for the payload reliability. Get that built. 2 months time. Keep the research coming in nicely. Okay, other agencies, what are they working towards? How are we looking? Everyone seems to be looking friendly apart from the Chinese, which now also means we get an extra 2% science income because we're friendly with the Russians, the Americans, and the ESA. So an extra 6% there just from being friendly with the other agencies. Looking good. Not sure really what happened with the Chinese, why we got a minus 130, but whatever, it is what it is. Okay, so NASA's doing the DCSS, and they've got the Modular Space Station 2. Russia doing the Yansi Dawn and the Jupiter flyby. ESA is doing the Saturn orbiter for research, and the upcoming one is Space Station 1. The Chinese aren't researching anything, and they're doing a Modular Space Station 2. Okay, brilliant. So, moving forward. Okay, so crewed rover payload is now ready to go. Only vehicle boosters reliability counts towards launch. Reliability. Global surveyor vehicle is complete. We've got mission. Wow, mission training bonus increased by 300% and minus 25% launch reliability. So that's not the best, but we'll see how we get on with that. Right, so let's look at the crewed. Let's get the Mars prep done. We can't reuse the design, so let's build a new one. Right, so it's the that's all the new stuff. Okay, so reliability wise, wow, yeah, that looks nice. Let's go for the SLS Block 2. Reliability seems very bad. Oh, let's select that. So we could go for a Saturn, but we're not going to, obviously. Why can't we use? So to use this, you need the boosters to use the Block 2. And the reliability is amazing, so we might have to go back and get the boosters there. Then again, that's still good, 91% launch reliability for that. Let's go back, select 1B. Strange why they don't match, but still 91% is good. Yeah, so you can't use that on that one either, so it's cheaper, but it'll take a bit longer to build. Okay then, so let's stick with, I think it was the 1B. So we can reduce it by a month, so increase by a month and save a little bit of money. I personally want to use this one because I want to start getting the levels up done, because at the minute it's only level 0. 91% launch reliability is still very good, so we'll select them parts. We can do some upgrades, so we can do some multiple dates, yeah. Stability. Feel like we could go for the boost in launch reliability, but we could just put test pilot on that, I suppose, and let's get the payload up higher. So let's get the payload done. We could get this on a contractor, save quite a bit of money, not that we need to save anything. 3 months worth of money would be 1.5 million, so let's just keep it in house for 15 months. We will save the design. I'll just keep that for the minute. I can sort the name out. Tanky High seems okay, but we can change if we need to. Yeah, if we put a test pilot on that, that'll get us up to 96%. Then we can put a couple months worth of then saving 3 months worth of build time. We can put into training time. That's what I'm thinking of doing. So let's get that sorted out and build that for £5 million or 5 million credits. So that'll be due in 15 months. 2 months, 1 month. Yes, it's going to take a bit of time for that one to be prepared, but it's what it is. Global Surveyor, that's training wise, we've neither's any good, so feel like if we're going to get it into space, 64% will have to be worth it, but I want to get the payload looked at. And then we'll select it. Okay. Wow. Okay, so we can't do anything until next August. Well, we could go there for a suboptimal date, but there's only 44% launch then. Wow. So select that date is... Wow. It's quite a few months away. Well, we've got to wait for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 6, 9. Yeah, it's about 10 months away. It's not the end of the world, but we would have great payload if we can get it into space. So let's select that. Just go for a year. We've got the problem with that payload as well is you've got 9 months from launch, but it's what it is, I suppose. Okay, so yeah, 15 months to go for that payload. So moving forward. So Mars requirement engine and habitat research is completed. Fantastic news. Okay, so photography, submission boosting at 2 points. Okay, that looks good. Next is the vehicle for the vehicle design. Should be able to reuse one of these previous designs. The Kashar looks pretty good, but reliability's gone down because it's probably experimental fuel. Okay, so the Kashar seems the best option. 7-ton payload is still pretty good, so we I don't know actually. So we're looking at 6 months of 1.5. So that's 7 months. Reliability is a little bit lower, but we would get the advanced shock absorbers to get the payload. Because part of me is thinking I could either risk it with the launch, it would still probably work, and then increase the payload reliability. Below that design, we could get reinforced tanks, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, save that design. Yep, save that over because that's good. Because I want to keep if it's that lower upgrade points, I might as well keep doing that. I think that's the best option we've got. So let's confirm that and get that built. Okay, great. I think that's everything ready to go. Just have a quick glance over here. So astronauts return to duty. Yeah, that's done. Yeah, Russian. Oh, the Russians failed the Mars prep ground hab. That's not the best. So they're back to the drawing board for that one, and the Chinese are scheduled launch. Doesn't say that they've. Must be next month then, so we'll see if they're able to complete that. Okay, research-wise, we're going to go straight into the payload for the Mars engine and hab module. Propulsion stage and habitat module designed to dock with a crew spacecraft before traveling to Mars. So that will be brilliant. Because what's good is once we get this Grand Tour done, that will enable this, which for 6 months, it'll drop this research off. Yeah, we're getting good science coming in, but still want to make sure we get as low as possible to get the research done and dusted as quick as possible. Okay, so the private space station's payload is complete. We've got 100% boost upgrade and upper stage upgrade points reduced by 100%. Okay. Whatever. Next thing is payload. We can reuse the shuttle. So let's reuse the Shogun. So it'll be again the advanced shock absorption. Astronautica. You may as well build it because you're going to save us a bit of money. A couple of 100,000 there. and the months is still 4 months. So confirm that and a refit. Okay, so we're looking good. So we've got now 2 months left for the Grand Tour, so we're getting there. Global Surveyor's 14 months away, but AO. 13 months for the Mars Prep. 4 months for the Private Space Station. The photography is 5 months. Shame we can't go back into this and see if you can get a better launch window, but it is what it is. Right, let's just check. Okay, so China completed phase 1, which is good news, I suppose, for them. Yep, so they've got 8 months to go before they'll get there. So the Russians failed their launch windows, probably because I think they can launch in suboptimal windows and all that kind of stuff. So maybe the rocket probably exploded or something. But we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Okay, so I think we are. I believe we're there. So let's move to next month. Yep. So research-wise, we are about halfway, just under halfway for that one. We do get some more buildings unlocked, but it's not anything dramatic at the minute. Like I say, the Astronaut Hall of Fame will be pretty good. What's that going to give us? Increase the number of astronauts. Okay, so just increase the pool. So maybe it would be worth getting the astronaut tier 2. Would be quite good. Mobile launch platform, build cost. Okay, got a few rockets here still to unlock, which would be quite nice. But again, once we get all this unlocked, research, we can go back and fill the rest in while we're waiting to the missions. So nothing else to do now, I don't think. That's still building. That's a couple months away. Crew-wise, we've got 2 crew recuperating and moving forward. Okay, so the PR office is now complete. A PR office is essential in improving public awareness of our missions and to gain greater support for our agency. Unlocks missions training support. Brilliant. And the next phase is ready. So, the Grand Tour is ready for its next mission phase. Go to the active mission screen and continue this mission. Okay, so I don't think there's much else to do at the minute. Just have a quick scan here. ESA did the module, nothing important really. Ah, the moon's finally got something for us, a lunar broadcast. The crew of this moon landing mission will conduct a live television broadcast from the lunar surface, driving public interest in space exploration. That is really good science as well, so hopefully once we get this done I might go back and get that one done, because that's a nice little mission as well. Plus it'll put them people to bed saying that the moon landing was fake. How dare they? Anyway, moving forward, let's get the Grand Tour done and completed. So let's continue. So the Grand Tour, phase 6. It's cold again. So complete Pluto flyby. Right then, so need 23 comms, 23 data. The bonus is 50% bonus, which is 45% com, 45%, 45 comms and 45 data. Got navigation and power as secondary. Heat them. Heat. Heat will be reduced by to 0 at the start of the next term. Okay. So task will end at the end of the turn if the above conditions are not met. So we need to keep it above 0. Yep. And below 3. Okay, so just need to get 1 every time. So it's perfect. So again, that's just something we'll have to keep an eye on. Right, so if we get some comms, that will unlock that. Right, let's stop just clicking randomly. Let's actually think about this a bit more. I don't like the idea of using 2 power just to get some comms when I can do some power to data and 2 heat. We can then turn 2 of that data into navigation and comms. Trying to keep these as level as possible. So it's probably going to be a better option to try and get as much data as possible, because that it's 2 to 3, it doesn't generate any heat. Or we can get a load of navigation. That would do a good job. That turns to both what we need. So navigation, we can do 2 power and a data, or just do 1 power to navigation. But then even that's not bad. 2 yeah, two comms into that data. Oh, that's a better one, yeah. So we can do some power and get some more comms and reduce the heat. Yeah, as long as it's below 0, so we can do 2 again. That's the better option. Yeah, let's get some more data. Let's do them commands. Okay, first one's good. Second one's not so good. Need to keep an eye and make sure if I don't resist this, we just lose 1 comms, but nothing seems to be bothered about that. Okay, so if I resist it, we're just going to use 1, so it's not worth it, so we'll accept that loss of 1 comms. It's good. Good. 44% good as well. Brilliant. And then we'll lose the heat will be, yeah, so do a heat check and then we lose the heat. Okay. No problem. That seems, I like that one. It's a lot better than the previous ones. We had to keep it balanced, you had a 4 or something every time. Okay, so let's get the heat under control. So we'll use some comms to get data, navigation and heat. We can then turn some additional comms into navigation and, sorry, data into navigation and comms. Turn the excess navigation into 4 data, 4 comms and 2 data. Then use an additional 2 comms to get 3 data, 2 navigation and a heat. So 2 still fine, it keeps us still above 3. Still below 3 should we say. Let's confirm that. Okay, 42 is good. 8 not so good. But I'm trying to keep hold of as much power as possible. Okay, so if all we're going to do is use an extra comms, which is not going to affect anything down here. So we'll accept that cost and save ourselves power. 9's not good. Okay, so if we resist it, we will gain an extra comms. So we're just going to lose 2 from this mission. That's fine, accept it. Or from this turn. Okay, 58's good. 49. Brilliant. They'll do a check of the heat. It's correct, and then we'll now lose the remaining heat. Brilliant. Okay, so need to get a lot more comms. Well, we need to use 2 anyway, because I'm liking using this one here because of that. Then again, we can use 2 power if we really wanted to, and then save. We've got the power, so let's do 2 actually. Get that comms up a bit higher. Could do with getting some navigation to be fair, so actually that wouldn't be too bad to do that. It'll be tempting to do that. No, do that one. Yes, we'll do 2 comms to 3 data to navigation and to heat. 2 data to 3 navigation and 3 comms. Turn the 3 comms into 4. 3 navigation to 4 comms and 2 data. Do that twice. So we're 25 and 25, so we just need to 20. Okay, so could use some power and the navigation to get a load more data. But that gets rid of the heat which is generated. But don't do that and did that. That would be bad. So we could do that and then turn that back into that. Not sure if that's the best option. Tempted to do that though, to try and get the comms, the data a lot higher. Then we can throw some more data into navigation and comms and then put it back up to here. Okay, so it keeps the heat under control. We've got power if we do need anything to go wrong, so I think that seems like a good option. As in the first turns are bad, but okay, so if we resist, we'll gain 2 data. Don't need it to continue, so I think 2 data for a power isn't worth it. Okay, accept that. 77. 64. and at 87, and a final one of 56. Okay, do your check and remove the heat. Okay, at 25, so we still need to get an extra 20 comms. So you do that twice into that. Tempted to just use the one heat there and just get the two. That's quite expensive, but the navigation is good to get this here. So we're doing quite well. 39 and 36. We've got an extra command to use. Do that again because it gives us support. Yep. So we'll do 2 data to 3 navigation and 3 comms twice. Do 3 navigations to 4 comms and 2 data twice. Use a power to get 4 data and 2 heat. 2 data into to 3 navigation and to 3 comms. Okay, we'll keep the heats under control. 42 and 34 to go into 2 more commands. So we shouldn't look into not bad. 92 is good. Get an extra data. Okay, 7. You win some, you lose some. Okay, so if we resist this, we'll gain. We need to resist it, otherwise we'll lose a command. So let's resist. Okay, 90% is good, so we get additional data. 40% is good. 54 is good. Okay, 55. Okay, heat check should be okay, and then remove the heat. Right, so we've got two turns to go. We're almost there with the comms. Let's get some. We do power again to get 4 data into 2 comms, 4 data into 2 heat. We could then turn the navigation that we just got into 4 comms and 2 data. That way we'll sort the comms out. Just need to get some more data, so we could do turn some comms into navigation. That are going to be better or not. Don't really want to do the command twice because we haven't got any comms to burn it off. So we need to get some navigation. So we could turn some comms into data into 3 navigation and 3 comms. Turn the heat? No. Do that command. Okay, so we've got plenty of extras there. Tempted just to play it safe and do 2 recharges, and then we're not in a rush as such. So yeah, do power to 4 data and 2 heat. 3 navigation to 4 comms and 2 data. 2 data to 3 navigation and 3 comms, and 3 navigation to 4 comms and 2 data. Granted, we could just do some power and get some more navigation, but I feel that if we just do some recharging, we can then finish it all on the last turn. All we need to do is get 3 data. So, yeah, confirm that. Let's make all the commands and all the turns matter. Okay, so that's failed. So we could recharge, resist it, but I don't feel we need to. So let's just accept it. Okay, 44 is good. 60% is good. Do your heat check, and then burn off your excess heat. Right. Okay, so we are on the last term, 6 commands, and we just need to get the heat above 1. My view is to just do the visual spectrum sampling, use the 1 power to 4 data and 2 navigation. Sorts the heat out, and we got 52 for 45 comms, 46 data for 45 comms. And then I'm just going to recharge for the last bit. There's no reason not to do any more. My logic of this as well is we're going to supply it with 8 power for the rest of its life to keep going forward into the galaxy. But I feel that complete the burns to earn. Yeah, I didn't know that. But it looks like we've completed the objective. That's fine. So let's confirm. Okay, and end of 52%, which is brilliant. Amazing achievement. And there's Pluto. Okay, so that's another milestone achieved. The Grand Tour completed first, and we achieved that challenge as well. So minus 25% research cost for 6 months. Okay, more experience that we don't need, more. I got 63% total Mars. Well, brilliant, that's the Grand Tour. Okay. Thought there'd be something else happening there, but no, we've now got that mission slot freed up. We have now completed the Grand Tour, but interesting to know that we pushed for that one to a certain degree, and they've not even researched it, not one of the other agencies. But it's now awards a total of 14,290 signs over 158 months. Can't really complain with that. So science-wise now we should be up here. Okay. And then it'll drop off a little bit over the next upcoming months. So the Grand Tour expiring. Okay, so I thought it'd be lasting a bit longer, but obviously not. Anyway, it may be over the duration of that milestone. But on that astounding success, thank you very much for watching episode 28 of my Japan's Let's Play. If you like the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next episode of Mars Horizon.